If we look to many other countries, this would be banner headlines. But actually, if you look back in it, Duterte has already admitted in the past to similar things. And he has this pattern where he'll admit to something that's quite shocking, and then he'll dial back and say, oh, but actually I want my police to follow the law. Oh, actually I don't. So he has this habit of saying something that really raises eyebrows, really gets critics very angry, and then one of his spokespeople or even Duterte himself will kind of say, oh, actually I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. So he has said these things before. He's admitted to killing people while mayor before, but this is the first time he's ever said it while he's been the president, and that's why it's quite shocking news today.
Celia, how big is the drugs problem in the Philippines, in Manila particularly?
Well, the methamphetamine is the big drug in the Philippines. But if you look at the numbers released by the United Nations, there's a worse drug problem in the Philippines than in the United States, but methamphetamine use is lower than it is in Australia. So Duterte really came to power promising people that Philippines had a massive drug problem that was threatening the future of the country. Critics say that actually the bigger problems are things like poverty and corruption. It's not drugs, but he's managed to really focus the country on this, and he did promise that he was going to wipe out drug dealers. Many people say, look, he's doing what he promised to do.
So people continue to support him?
Absolutely. His popularity is very, very high, and that's because he's managed to make the drug problem really the focus of the country, and people just don't trust that the courts are going to be able to deal with this. So drug dealers are either told to surrender or stay inside.
I mean, you've got rights groups coming out and saying we've got police and hired assassins essentially operating with impunity.
Absolutely.
In the country. That's the situation
Absolutely.
there every night.
Yeah, we have about 3,000 extrajudicial killings that aren't explained, that have happened on the streets, and the police themselves have killed more than 2,000 suspected drug dealers since Duterte came to power, and this doesn't seem to be slowing down. In fact, he's actively encouraging the police to ramp up this kind of killing.
And while we are talking about drug use, yes, Mr. Duterte himself has also admitted that he takes quite heavy-duty painkillers.
Exactly.
What's this for?
So he has a spine problem, and he also gets migraines. So he's also admitted that he takes a patch. It's a painkiller that's more powerful than morphine, and he admitted that he took the whole of a patch. He was prescribed just a quarter of it, but he would slap on an entire patch onto his arm just to kill the pain. But he has said that he has since dialed back on his drug use on the advice of his wife.